Welcome to another episode of the Tobago House of Assembly's Post-Executive Council Media Briefing. This week, the Secretary of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labour, Marslyn Melville-Jack, addresses the media.
The Division of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labour is pleased to share with the listening public an outline of our programs and activities which are intended to achieve our mission of building strong families, sustainable communities, and a healthy, productive workforce. We have seriously embraced the concept, as articulated by our Chief Secretary, that the development of the people within communities is critical to the Tobago's development. Let me take this opportunity to advise the listening public that the 5 departments which were strategically aligned to our division are now located under one roof in the divisional headquarters at number 10 Montessori Drive, Glen Road, Tobago. Just a reminder that these departments are Community Development, Business Development Unit, CPEP, Labour, OSH, which is Occupational Safety and Health. So persons requesting services from these departments can now come to our divisional headquarters. The Division of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labour has delivered on its promise to open its 7 Y zones, and this was done in a groundbreaking ceremony held at the Calder Hall Y zone on the 30th of January this year. Y zones are what we consider youth-friendly spaces. They are safe, nurturing, and enabling environments which facilitate and support the holistic development and transformation of all young people. These Y zones are located at Argyle, Calder Hall, Canby Mount Pleasant, Lansford, Mason Hall, Plymouth, and in Speyside. The division has formed partnerships between community-based organizations, village councils, and other divisions within the Tobago House of Assembly to encourage and formulate meaningful programs which would empower our youth and build strong communities. Classes at these Y zones will commence on Monday, the 12th of March, and registration begins almost immediately. So what can we expect from this program? I'll just give you a few highlights of the programs that are intended for the Y zones. Mentorship and leadership training is one. And this program caters to youth between the ages of 14 and 25. It focuses on the development of our human capital through interpersonal communication, managing conflict, and we know how critical that is in the world that we live in today, decision-making, volunteerism, and the management of sensitive issues such as domestic violence and sexual harassment. There is also an art program catering now for youths between the ages of 10 and 25. And they will be exposed to various forms of art, such as sculpture and ceramics, hand-building techniques using clay, artistic painting on canvases using oils, drawing, and wood carving. So their natural talents will be nurtured and developed, and they would be encouraged to become a part of the Tobago Visual Arts Association because we are partnering with this group as we seek to deliver this program in our Y zones. Another very exciting topic is the one of aquaponics. This is a lucrative venture for our young people. And should the young people between the ages of 13 to 25 select this option, they must understand that it is a form of agriculture. It's a combination of aquaculture and hydroponics. Aquaculture is raising fish, and hydroponics is the soilless growing of plants. This program will help them to understand how possible it is to grow fish and plant together in one integrated system. Solid fish waste is turned into vermicompost that also acts as food for the plants. So in actual fact, it's like one cycle. And I think that many young persons would be attracted to this program. We are also offering business and office skills as well as entrepreneurship. And in an era when other avenues for economic activity must be encouraged, now that we cannot depend solely on oil and gas, we encourage the youth to flex their entrepreneurial muscles and undergo this kind of training, which would take their businesses from an idea to a reality. Another program is the Media Skills Capacity Building, and this is one that I know some of you may have interest in. And this is primarily a radio skills talk shop geared towards educating young people about the various job opportunities in the world of work for radio and audio broadcasting. 2 participants per cycle from this program will benefit from an internship at a renowned media house. So this is something that I believe young persons wishing to get into the art of media presentation should be interested in. Just a few more. There's also the social responsibility in the use of social media. We know how rampant and what a tremendous impact social media has, not just on the young people, but on all of us. I don't think that a day goes by that I don't spend at least 1 hour on Facebook. So this program will help them to understand the impact that free social media tools can have on their daily lives and the importance of being responsible in their use. They will be taught copywriting, research and analysis techniques, as well as developing and implementing solutions. Men of Valor Empowering Our Nation. And this is affectionately titled Move On. This program will concentrate on impacting the lives of at-risk boys and young men between the ages of 10 to 20. Young men who are fraught with societal challenges, and this program will help to encourage them to develop 5 dimensions of their character, which are the spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, and social. The final, and I think the most important program that I want to, just spend a little time on is the awareness and treatment of bullying in schools. Now, I'm sure you would understand that we try to select skill sets and topics that are topical, topics that impact the lives of young people anywhere in Tobago. So this program we are doing in collaboration with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And this will encourage young people to become a buddy and not a bully. Bullying has become a matter of serious concern in schools, and this led to a campaign launched by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in 2014. So the young people we are hoping to attract will learn about the seriousness and the predominance of bullying, the effects of bullying, the possible causes of bullying, and how they should deal with the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure that although you may not fall within this age group, you are fascinated by the topics that we hope to treat with at this youth center or Y-Zone, and we want to encourage you to encourage the young people within your communities to participate in these ventures. Soon to come will be Introduction to Fabric Design, Nail Technology, and Introduction to Digital Photography. These programs, as I said, will be held at the 7 centers, and later on, at some time, you would hear in the media the dates of these programs and which programs will be held in which Y zone. I move at this time to another program, which is the Vocational Skills Program. And our division has successfully launched our 2018 program on the 19th of February with 43 evening classes and 12 day classes. And these classes are held in 27 community facilities. At this time, I would like to impress upon our listeners the fact that Tobago is unique in that we may be the only island, not just in the Caribbean, but I dare say in the world, that has so many community facilities per capita according to our population size. We are small in size, but we have more than 40 community facilities, and this is something that I think we need to be proud of. So what the division hopes to achieve is that every one of these community facilities will be put to excellent use. We have some exciting programs that I would share with you in just a few minutes, and you will see the ways in which we are hoping to utilize all our centers. Now, the Vocational Skills Program to date has recorded approximately 800 registrants. And some of the classes are tremendously oversubscribed. So much so that people are on a waiting list, hoping that some participants would drop out and they would be selected along the way. So the classes that are oversubscribed at this time are bread, cakes, and pastries, food preparation, garment construction, nail technology, events decoration, air conditioning and refrigeration, electrical installation, and soap making. Now, to tell you how badly the situation is, I spoke with a tutor from the garment construction class a while ago, and they are not, or I should say there's not one tutor. We have about 4 tutors for garment construction. But this class seems to be a very popular class. The teacher is saying to me, our cutoff point is 25. At present, I have 38. So what I have done, because I don't want to turn anyone away, I have asked some of the registrants if they can bring their own tables. And we have enough chairs, but if they can bring their own tables, because you need a table to do the cutting, then I am willing to take them into the class. And I am very happy about the spirit that I see generated by that tutor. For her, it was not about how much money I am making, but ensuring that I satisfy the needs of the people within the community. So I really, really would like to compliment her for that. Now, due to funding constraints within the division, our plans to introduce 4 new classes at this level have had to be postponed to the next fiscal. And these classes are tile laying, entrepreneurship. What we decided to do this fiscal is put entrepreneurship in the Y zones so that we can excite the young people even now in business enterprise. So we would not start the entrepreneurship program within the vocational skills program until the next fiscal. There's also the craft of crochet, there's hair braiding and weaving. So we can look forward to the introduction of these classes very soon. Now, I have been looking at this program over the last year, the vocational skills program, and even the registration this year. And my question to myself, because you always have to be evaluating and monitoring as you go along. Okay, so these persons have now attained some kind of skill set in these various programs. What next? Yeah? And so the division has been so strategically aligned that now that the business development unit is under the division, we are now saying to the graduates of the Vocational Skills Program, once you have shown to the tutors and to us that you have a passion for the field that you have just developed these skills in, and you are willing to undergo a period of business entrepreneurship, and you show an acumen for the field, we are willing to offer soft loans or even grants to some of those graduates, so that the next step becomes, I can now engage in an enterprise about which I am passionate. So even though that person is already employed, this becomes much more than a hobby. It becomes income generating. Now, last week at post-executive media briefing, Secretary Spencer would have hinted to some kind of collaboration with the Division of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labor. And I'm pleased today to be able to say that our division, in collaboration with the Division of Food Production, Forestry and Fisheries, and the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment, have embarked on a joint training initiative within communities to improve the skills of persons interested in pursuing careers in agro-based industries. And we are taking it to the level of certification. So participants graduating from these programs as well, who demonstrated the same kind of passion for the industry, can seamlessly transition as applicants for soft loans and grant funding from the Business Development Unit. So far, we have identified 22 courses, and we will be rolling those programs out at 8 strategically selected locations on Monday, the 26th of March. So registration for these courses begin as early as Monday, the 19th of March. There are 5 courses in landscaping, 10 courses in agricultural production, and 7 courses in agro-processing. These programs we propose to be held at Kendall Farm School, Buku Multipurpose Facility, DIQE Conference Room, the Lambeau and Parle-Touvet Multipurpose Facilities, DIQU URP Office in Roxborough, and the Mason Hall and Signal Hill Community Centers. And I will just give you an idea of what some of these courses are, so that it can whet the appetite of those persons who we know will be clamoring to get into these programs. So under landscaping, there's landscaping and turf development, irrigation and water management in agriculture, ornamental production, plant nursery management, and introduction to HACCP. Under the agriculture component, there is honey production, growing commercial crops, introduction to agriculture marketing, product branding, plant propagation, abattoir procedures and meat fabrication, rabbit cage and livestock house designing, post-harvest management, and protected agriculture. And they're talking here about herbs and vegetable production. And ladies and gentlemen, these courses are meant to get the residents of Tobago prepared for what we know will be an expansion in our business and agricultural needs as soon as We know that sandals has been confirmed. It takes time to prepare yourself so that you can produce exactly the majority of things that a hotel of that magnitude will require. In the third area of agro-processing, we are looking at fish handling and processing, so the deboning and smoking, the production of fish, sausage, and hams. We are looking at cassava development, farine production, and other value-added products. Product development, corn, candy, spices, herbs, labeling for local and export markets, sausage production, as was mentioned before, and milk processing. So we're looking at pasteurized milk, yogurt, soap, ice cream. When I heard about these courses, I myself had no idea that some of these things were possible within our little space. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you the assurance that the Division of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labor is very, very serious about ensuring that by the end of this year, we are able to take at least 10 of our grant or loan funded clients to the point where they are export ready. And I say that without any fear of contradiction, because we need to understand that we have a ready market of 1.3 million people in Trinidad and Tobago. Here in Tobago, I am convinced that many of the items on the shelves in supermarket are substandard to what Tobagonians can produce. So we want to encourage people to plant, to process, and after that, to market right here in Tobago, and then they can go further afield. So we are looking at products like pepper sauce, seasoning, jams and jellies. Some of the most excellent products of these types can be found right here in Tobago. So on the agricultural end, if we can get some persons interested or involved in the planting of hot peppers, then those peppers can now be purchased for processing of pepper sauce. Then they are marketed, and then we can buy them off the shelves right here in Tobago, keeping the limited resources that are available circulating in the island before we look further afield. So ladies and gentlemen, I am really, really excited about the days ahead. Even in challenging times, the creativity of our people comes to the fore. And at the Division of Community Development, Enterprise Development and Labor, you can look forward for many success stories of the entrepreneurs that we will grow. And I am stealing a little slogan where someone said that we are going to take them from the farm to the firm.
Is there any duplication of the programs you mentioned under the Vocational Skills Program? I ask that because I know there's a sewing class at education. I don't know under what divisions it falls under. But when you look at all the other divisions in the assembly, are any of the programs you mentioned already under any other division? Is there any duplication taking place?
Okay. I can say that I'm not sure about that sewing class at education, but our move is to avoid duplication. Hence the reason that we are partnering with the other divisions. So what we are really saying is that there is no need to have that level of duplication. What we can do is come together and share our limited resources so that our programs can be enhanced and that the people of Tobago can benefit.
Thank you for staying with us for the Tobago House of Assembly's Post-Executive Council Media Briefing for the week ending March 10th, 2018.